Alright, so we're going to do a basic hot wax right now. One important thing to really remember that most people don't do when they wax their boards, take your bindings off your deck. When you tighten these screws down, you actually pull the inserts up, and that kind of pulls your base up slightly. So you're not going to get a smooth wax, and when you tighten them back, you'll kind of have little spots in your board that didn't absorb as much wax. So make sure that you get those bindings off of there before you wax up so you get a better wax. Only takes a minute. Okay, typically you want to take your board real quick and just check and see if there's any kind of built up little clusters of wax from the last time. Make sure to kind of clear those out with your scraper. Alright, so I just like to look for any little dead spots. I use a scraper. There are these little wire brushes that come with most tuning kits that you can kind of take over and get everything out, but you know, scraper works just as good if you don't have the cash to do that. But like I said, if you buy a kit, they usually have everything you could ever want. So just make sure that you get everything off of there. Let's see. Okay, so there's a few different types of wax that you can use. A lot of people like to use bar wax and drip it on. Very easy, very simple way to do it. I myself, I'm a big fan of the One Ball J shavings. I just take them and just sprinkle them all down the board. And I take my wax iron. One important thing, make sure your iron doesn't have like smoke coming off of it or anything like that. If you see it coming off it, you've got it turned too high. So make sure that it's just nice and warm. And with these, I just like to melt them right in real quick so that they're just not getting everywhere. If you are doing a drip method, oftentimes in the spring I'll add stuff to it. Just hold your right to the bottom and just let it kind of dribble off all through there. The way I was taught to wax a board years and years ago, you start with your tip and tail. Make sure you always keep your iron moving when it's on the base of your board. If you let it sit, you're going to burn the base. The base of your snowboard is just like your skin. It's porous, and you can burn it just like you can burn your skin and clog all the pores up, and that part of your board will never again absorb wax. So definitely don't want to do that. So make sure that you always keep your iron moving. You just want to spread it out nice and evenly. And keep it moving, get it nice and liquidy so that it's spreading all around. Start slowly right in the middle of your board. Just get everything nice and warm. And just start doing nice, long, continuous strokes all the way up and down your board. One of the techs that originally taught me how to do everything had a way of doing this where he said you really wanted your entire base to be completely warm at the same time, and you wanted all of it to be kind of absorbed equally, and the way that you do that was nice long continuous strokes all the way around. I have done that. Okay, this guy's looking good. With the wax, you want to make sure you let it sit for at least 20 minutes. But rule of thumb, the longer you let it sit, the better. If you can let it sit overnight, it's going to absorb more and you're going to have even better wax. At the end of the season, when you know you're not going to ride anymore, put a hot wax on, let it sit for the entire summer, and then scrape it off the night before the first day of the season, and your base will be good to go. So let this sit for at least 20, or the longer the better.